What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Game for D, man. And today I just want to, I came up with a really crazy idea. If you guys remember the show Pimp My Ride, you know how they would pimp out the rides and deck it out with all types of stuff inside. Well, what if I hook up a system to this 7-inch double den screen? And that was my idea. So I finally got the mount for this, so it will mount in perfectly. Right there's the box, so that works perfect. And I was wanting to hook up a system, so I went and got one of these to give me power to the system, a power inverter. I got a 400 watt version, so gonna be hooking everything up to this, to my console, and see if we can get some video games going on in this car. That would be awesome for like passengers that want to tag along and play like a game or whatever. That would be awesome. So that was my idea, so let's see if I can make it happen. All right, so right here is the power inverter. We got 2 plugins, 2 USBs, and a power switch. Got a fan and a way to hook it up. So yeah, it came with like jumper cables, and it came with a cigarette. So you can get power through the cigarette lighter or directly to the battery. All right, so I got everything screwed in, red to red, black to black. All right, so I have that good to go. Now I just need to wire everything in the back. All right, so my idea of having the console is having it right here, but due to wiring and maybe from the sun blaring at it, I don't want it to damage it. My other option is maybe on top of the subwoofer or having it down underneath the passenger seat. So whatever room I have is what I'm gonna do. Guys, so just real quick, went and finally got me a dash kit to go with this. So, and here's the kit. So that should pop up like right there. Should make it look a lot more better. So I'm mounting up the screen to the actual dash kit mount, so that way it ain't gonna be moving around no more. It's gonna be mounted all in there. And then basically I mounted 2 of the screws on the side. All right guys, so as you can see, I have my touchscreen all looking pretty and actually mounted in there now. So now it's not moving around anymore, so it actually works pretty well. And right here is the power supply for my system. So I went and got my PS3 Slim, which fits perfect underneath the seat, and it's getting power. But as soon as I kick it on, so as you can see, as soon as I kick this on, see, it kills it. So this is a 400 watt, and right here on the back, so it should be powering it, but my guess is because since I have it plugged into a cigarette lighter, it's probably not getting enough power to power the system. So thankfully I went with this model because it came with this. So this plugs directly into my car battery. So we'll see if this should give it full battery power to power my system. And yes, I do have the car running, so that way it don't kill the battery. And if this doesn't work, then I most likely know what it is, since I have a amplifier 1000 watt in the back. That could be why it's not powering on the system, because there's so much power already getting to the battery due to the subwoofer's amplifier that I have back there. If that's the case, I can always just like unhook that, but I don't know, we'll see. If I have to, there's a second battery I can power it with, so we'll see. I have I still have a backup plan if this does not work. All right guys, so it's hooked up directly to the battery, and now it's on. It's getting power. There it is. I just have it sitting there just to test it out, and you can hear the fan kicking on. So it's got its own fan in it, and you can see as it's plugged in. Alright, so that's showing me that it's working. So you have to have it powered directly to the battery if you want to power pretty much a system. Alright. Guys, we got, oh my god, we got power. So it's going right through the screen. So I had to get rid of this. This was not cutting it. It wasn't giving it enough power to power the system. So I have it hooked up to the 7-inch screen here. And I have it right here. So you can hear it. It's blowing some air. It's got to have some nice ventilation going on. So I have it sitting right beside my car amplifier for the sub, but it's just enough to power it. And I have it sitting here so that way there's room. Thank God there's a battery in the back, or I probably wouldn't have room to do all this. But yeah, unless I get like a long cord or whatever. Actually guys, I managed to get it as far as over there, so got this looking pretty good. So now I can put the carpet back the way it was. The wires are actually pretty hidden. So yeah. So that screen was originally for this, but I proved that you can pretty much hook up anything to that screen. So I have a PS3 Slim running on a 7-inch double DIN screen, and this here is helping me do that by powering the system. So this is the way I have it right now. I had to turn the console around for the wire to work, because if I would turn it around, there wasn't enough wire for it to, which ain't a big deal. You know, if you need to switch a game, just pull the console out and whatever. But yeah, it fits perfect under there. I'm eventually gonna get carpet to cover over the wire, but as far as that, it's working. Now, if I get any like passengers or people in the back seat that want to play a game, they can, you know? Or like say I'm at work and I get like a half hour to an hour lunch break, I can just go out in my car and play a quick game on my 7-inch screen and buy some time until it's right for me to go back to work. Either way, it's awesome. I've always wanted to do this, and it kind of reminds me of the show Pimp My Ride. You know how they would put consoles in the cars every time they pimped it and everything. Like, that's what this reminds me of. And like, I always wanted to do this, and now finally got to do it. So I went ahead, booted up the console again. Yep, you can see it's loading up the console. Now, I don't know about getting audio from here, but I'll see about whereabouts of getting the audio. Right here is the jacks for that. So yeah, the one's damaged, but you only need one for this. Guys, I could be able to, since this is a PS3 and it can do pretty much a lot of things, like you can watch movies, music, play games. Right now I have music playing, but there is no audio. And I looked on the back of this, there's really, like, I have it plugged into audio and everything. It's not working, but I have another backup plan. So since I have an amplifier, maybe if I plug in the audio jack into the amplifier, should give me sound. Alright, so I went ahead and tightened the screws, and now I'll just clip back on the, and all this does is just clips on. It's just a clip. Yep, same way when you take it off. Alright guys, so I plugged it into the amp. Now the only thing about this, it's only going to be playing through the sub. So the only speaker it's going to be playing through is through this, since it's plugged directly into the amp. Alright, so say we play something. Yeah. So we're getting sound, but it's only going to be playing through the subwoofer, which you could hear it. You know, it gives you enough audio to hear it. But as far as like all the speakers in the car, no. Now the only way that's going to kick in is if I kick it back out AV mode and I connect it to my phone that way, or radio. So as far as the radio and Bluetooth mode, it'll play just fine on all the speakers, but when I switch it to AV mode, it's only going to be playing through the subwoofer. So I figured out a way of getting sound, but it's not going to be all the speakers. But, you know, I'm not too picky as long as I get somewhat of a sound and I can hear what I'm doing. It'll probably be booming back there too, so I'd probably have to adjust the amplifier or whatever. But yeah, I managed to get a PS3 hooked up in my Saturn Ion with this 7-inch double din screen. This is crazy. So like say we load up a game, it'll probably be loud as hell. Yep, so it's playing. Or say you want to play some God of War, you can hear the boomer kicking in. Yeah, you want to play that? Sure. And I don't know if you can turn it down on this. Probably not, since it's going directly through the amp. Let's see. So as far as volume, does not matter on this. So it's going directly through the amp. But as far as sound, it works. Alright guys, well, got my PS3 hooked up in my car. If you guys didn't find this entertainment and you enjoyed this, hit that like, subscribe. And I hope I gave you guys some ideas going on here. It definitely gives me back that old 2000s feel, especially like with that Pimp My Ride show. They did that all the time. They would customize their cars. They would always throw like a system in there or whatever. And you can actually make it work. It's crazy. But hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'm out this thing. Peace. Just a little bonus tip. Let's say you don't have like an amplifier to hook it up through, or your screen doesn't support audio when you have it in AV mode. Well, I have one more solution, and it might be the better solution instead of hooking it up directly to a subwoofer and having it thump all the time. Get yourself any type of Bluetooth speaker. It don't matter. I picked this Sony one because it's got some good bass to it. And make sure you have it where it is basically a jack, AV jack, into a 3.5 jack. So basically you plug the male into the female, plug this directly in here, you turn it on, and you should get sound right through here, through the system. Say you want to play online too, like hotspot. If you have service on your phone, data or whatever, just turn on your hotspot, connect it to your system, boom, you play some Call of Duty on this. It's pretty wicked.